It is the 19th of March 2020. I'm in Johannesburg and I'm hoping that my flight back home goes soon. I have a flight scheduled for 8 o'clock in the evening, but you never know now. Well, I've been on a journey for 1.5 years through half of Africa, all on my bicycle. And now I have to go back home. What you see here in these boxes is my whole equipment. My bike, the gear, and some additional stuff that I can't take with me because, my journey has to come to an end and the baggage is too expensive. So what happened? About last Sunday, I got the news. I got the president's speech of South Africa and the usual regulations against coronavirus, closing school and so on, were announced. This was the time when I knew I have to go back home. But the whole story, as you know, started already a bit before. I heard about the coronavirus and I talked to my family and they said, just stay in Africa, it's much better for you. Here everything is terrible. Well, about last week someone, I was with friends and I was about to cross the border into Lesotho the next day. The problem is, in the news, in the evening, I saw Lesotho closed all its borders due to the coronavirus. Pretty bad for me. But I decided it can't be that bad. I have to go around Lesotho, going to Swaziland and Mozambique before they close down even more borders. This was my plan. And I still thought, I can go around the borders and everything. I was pretty wrong. Very soon everything changed. Bam, bam, bam. Borders closed, people under arrest and everything. South Africa was still fine. Nobody really believed it. The coronavirus will spread that quick here. But as soon after the president spoke, next morning the people started buying things in bulk, toilet paper, food and everything. That evening I was lying in my tent. I couldn't sleep and the chat of the cyclists, the WhatsApp group, was burning. And some people still believe they can stay here and wait till everything is over. Some others just wanted to go back home. And this was the moment when I had to decide to go back home. It's not because I fear the coronavirus. It's because if people are already getting crazy in Europe like they do, here it's gonna be much, much more painful. People are in general poor, badly educated, and they cannot just stay in their houses and do nothing like in Europe. Here you have to work every day, you have to set up your little market stand to get food. And if you take away this from the people, the country's gonna burn, and it's gonna burn. South Africa is already dangerous and the hospitals are already running on in a very bad shape. So imagine what happens if the coronavirus finally spreads like it is in Europe. People in Europe get all crazy, buy in bulks and everything, and they just think, guys, you're lucky. You have supermarkets, they're fully stuffed. You have governments that care for you. Your infrastructure is prepared for this. And you go crazy like shit. Here the people, when these regulations come, they are really in the shit. And in the shit means violence, rioting, and another thing. And this other thing is they look for something who's guilty. For somebody who they can blame. Who are they gonna blame? Us, the travelers that came to Africa, that brought the virus. In Kenya already a guy got killed who had corona. In other countries, the cyclists and the travelers are stuck at the borders. They don't know where to go. Some of them were stubborn and stayed, but even the last of them realized they have to go back home. People are stuck in countries where you don't want to be. People stopped shouting white man, and now call the people Corona, Corona. And yeah, violence against traveler will soon spread, I can tell you. So I was lucky. The very next morning after this Sunday night, I took my baggage, I went to back to the next gas station. I asked the people around, I got a taxi, a bus back to Joburg. In Joburg I found a host, I could stay there, could organize everything. My first flight was cancelled and I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And I booked the second flight the day after, hell of expensive. The baggage is also expensive, I cannot get through the airline. On the phone I had to go myself there, and yeah, I was lucky. I was close to an airport, I took one of the last flights, and I'm pretty sure that I can fly tonight. I just hope now, about 8 hours before my flight goes, that there will not be any stupid politician or any guy who shuts down the airport or cancels even the last flight. Otherwise I will be stuck in civil war. We're talking about civil war. Not to spread fear, but when people here get restricted in their everyday life, they're gonna rioting. So yeah, I'm happy and lucky that I can go back. I don't feel happy actually. I've been on the road for 1.5 years. In this time I haven't seen my family. And yeah, I wanted to travel for another 15 months at least, going up all the East Africa. But now I have to go back home. And at home, I will be in quarantine. I can't even meet all of my friends and not even all of my family that I haven't seen in 1.5 years. And still, I think I'm happy. I have everything I need. I still have a little bit money left, even though the flight is very expensive. And I can work because I'm a baker. I can work in a bakery again, I can earn money. But imagine the people who can't do this, cannot work, nothing. And I'm lucky. I don't understand the Europeans, why they make so panic and everything is bad and oh, come on guys, it's looked after you, it's organized. Here, they don't have this here and yeah. But I'm lucky. I can go back home, finally see my family again if everything runs well. I will be in a safe and stable home, and so I can consider myself lucky, of course. Yeah, now I'm waiting desperately to fly home, to sit in the airplane, my bags arriving. And it's sad, my journey has to come to an end like this. It will continue, but it might take... Sorry, this was a mosquito. It might take a year until Africa is travelable again. And while we easily will recover in Europe, most of us, Africa will take a long time to get over this shock. Imagine all the tourists going home, no more income, people are getting fired, shops close, they don't get income, poverty raises. And until you can go back here, it takes a long time. So, yeah, I'm lucky. But at the same time, I didn't want to end my journey like this. But I have to. Yeah. But hey, if you stay positive, don't start rioting, don't start buying in bulks, keep calm and wait. Yeah. Other people have it much worse than you. So I'm very lucky, and yeah, some aren't. So please, dear nations, take your travelers back home. Nothing worse than stuck here. Yeah. Well, okay, right now, to be honest, there's not much going on. A few people less on the streets, but just not yet the big feeling of craziness, but it will come once the restrictions of the government get bigger. I don't know. Yeah, so I will keep you updated with my podcast and with some video maybe. And yeah, time to go back home.